Hi, I'm Lea Louise from Inspired Quilting by Lea Louise. I'm so glad you're here today. Thanks for joining me. Check out this beautiful little quilt behind me. I am so excited. This is a quick and easy charm pack quilt that goes together very quickly with only 2 charm packs. And it's adorable. These colors, I know it's a bit on the spring kind of color scheme. And as we're entering fall, just remember it's kind of springtime on the other side of the world, and we want to keep everybody engaged. And I couldn't pass up these beautiful hydrangeas before we get full-fledged into fall and winter. So I went for some bright, beautiful colors. This is an easy baby quilt. It's a free pattern. The download link is included down in the description. And if you want to make it larger than a baby quilt, then just download also the fat quarter conversion chart. You can cut your own fat quarters to convert it, or there's also a charm square conversion that shows you how many charm packs you'll need for whatever size quilt you want. So there are some options here. The basic difference with this quilt is the assembly method that I used, and I find it so much easier to put charm squares together when they're patched into a larger block. Doing all the individual, you get 100 or more little charm squares and you chain stitch them, they can tend to get a little clustered and twisted, and I have a hard time sometimes keeping them straight. So what I do is I put 4 together into a 4 patch, and that works really well because then I can put all the 4 patches together in a chain stitching manner, and it just goes so much more quickly. It's easier. And it's a faster finish, I think, and it's far more productive for me. And I hope you'll give it a try. So check out this tutorial. Remember, there's a free pattern down below, and there's a great picture of the full quilt at the end of the video, so don't miss that as well. Plus, there was extra fabric, and I came up with another pattern. Similar but a bit different. It's going to be a companion quilt I think you'll really like. What better than to make a baby quilt like this for the newborn and then make mom her own matching lap size quilt. Oh, what fun is that going to be? I can't wait to show you that one. I've already got the fabric almost cut out for it. So let's get started on this quilt first, and then we'll get to the other one next week. So glad you're here. Enjoy. Just look at all this beautiful fabric. I dug it out of my fat quarter stash. These are some pieces I've used before. It's part of a collection that I've quilted with, and I have some extra pieces and some yardage, so I'm really excited to use it. And an extra fat quarter, some layer cake, some charms, so I have a little bit of everything that's going to go together well, and I'm really excited about how this contrast is going to look. So let me get these pieces cut, and I'm going to show you what we'll make with this. All my 5-inch squares are cut. I used up the rest of my fat quarters for most of these blocks and had some extra fat quarters and some yardage to finish it off. So if you're buying charm packs, you're going to need 2 charm packs to make this baby quilt. It'll be 8 blocks by 10, and it will give us a 36 by 45-inch baby quilt, which is a really good size. So this is my contrast fabric. These are the primary colors, so it's on the lighter side. But I did get some darker colors. Look at that, a paisley too. How fun. There's some great fabrics in this line. And what I'm going to do first is put it together in a 4 patch and then put my blocks all together and chain stitch them that way. I could chain stitch them individually, but I find it cumbersome to do lots of 5-inch squares chain stitching. It just takes a lot of time, and they get twisted and kind of makes me frustrated. So I really like doing the 4 patch. I find it a lot easier and it goes much quicker. So let me go ahead and get some blocks put together, and I'll show you how we're going to make this quilt. All the 4 patch blocks are sewn together and they look wonderful. I'm really excited to see this quilt put together. What I've done is I've put these together so the darks are sort of in one corner. Then as I'm sewing, I'm going to take a 4 patch, and we want to mix some of these up, and I may decide to go this one this way, I can go this way. So as I'm sewing, I can turn these around so that I don't have any blocks that are going to repeat. And I have these sort of spaced through, alternating between the different contrasts. And I sort of have everything mixed up well so that as I'm sewing, I can just grab from the top and put it together. So with 24 patches, I am going to make a quilt that'll be 4 patches long and 4 across the top. And that's all 80 of our charm squares. So this is going to go together really quick. Like I said, the 4-patch method is so much easier than trying to do the individuals, and I find it goes much quicker. So let me get this put together and we'll show you a finished quilt. Just look at how pretty this quilt turned out. There's lots of blue with lavender and a bit of purple in with the hydrangea fabric, and of course some lavenders and dots, but the yellow collage fabric, which also has the hydrangea and the hydrangea leaves, really brings out some great contrast in this quilt, plus the extra little batik. I have a few batiks in here that I had to squeeze in just because I like them so much. But this turned out really well. I think the colors work beautifully. It's a charming little baby quilt, and I'm really excited to have this finished. This went together so quickly. You notice that I kind of went over a review of how to do the 4-patch in this video, and that works out really well for me. When I'm putting together lots of the individual charm squares, it becomes repetitive. I have problems with my rows getting twisted, or I'll skip a row and then I'm off count. It just sort of makes me a little nuts. When I do the 4-patch and I just put 4 together, it makes it so much simpler. And what I do is I stage my fabrics in 4 piles, so every 4-patch has an equal balance of all the colors that I want to incorporate. So it works out really well. And look at this great quilt that we have. Oh, it's beautiful. I hope you have a chance to make your own. What's nice about this is you can just keep adding squares for it to become any size that you want. So go ahead and either get some charms or cut your own charms from fat quarters. That's what I did on this quilt, and you can get started right now on a quilt just like this. I hope you've had fun watching. Thanks so much for being here.